In today's news for you, heading to Washington, D.C. to talk to Congress about funding for type 1 diabetics. Hannah McCrary is a 12-year-old at Lexington Middle School, and her mom is Beth McCrary. Now, this is a pretty big deal, Hannah. You have been chosen to be part of Children's Congress. So you will go to Washington, D.C. in a couple weeks. What are you going to ask our legislators when you get there?
I'm asking for them to renew the special diabetes program.
And Mom, what is the special diabetes program and why is that so key?
Well, it is very critical, Dondi. The special diabetes program is a special funding that was started in 1997 specifically to fund research to prevent, treat, and cure type 1 diabetes.
And the funding last year, you wanted it for them to sign off and say, we'll do this for several years, and they renewed for 1 year,
right? Which
is a little scary, because now you got to go back and say, we want to keep this going.
It is a little scary, because again, those funds are critical to keep research moving forward that's already in progress, that every day we are developing. JDRF, the research they're funding is developing new prevention and cure therapies that are improving Hannah's life and the lives of many people living with diabetes.
And what happens if you don't get the funding?
Well, the research comes to a screeching halt, meaning we would actually take a step backwards and ultimately getting that cure. You know, I am so excited to say that my daughter is thriving and surviving with type 1 diabetes because of the tools and technology that we have access to because of this research.
And the type 1 diabetes is not to be confused with type 2. This is the kind where your pancreas produces little or no insulin. So, Hannah, you were diagnosed at what age?
7.
At 7. And so you now have a pump that keeps insulin going into your system so you can live.
Yes, ma'am.
But yet you're able to live an active life, I guess, right? Because you're on a soccer team and go to school and do everything. So how was it you were chosen to be part of the Congress?
Well, I gotta ask her about that.
You just know you got chosen.
Well, she had to write a letter to Representative Joe Wilson and fill out an application, and she was one of 1,500 children between the ages of 4 and 17 that applied. So it's a pretty big honor for her to have been chosen to represent our state.
What's the hardest part about living with type 1 diabetes?
The people who ask you, can you eat this? Is it okay? It has sugar in it. That's kind of the hardest part, telling them repeatedly that I can eat that.
Right.
I just have to have it in consideration.
Right, right. Well, sweetie, I'm glad that you are doing so well and glad that you're going to represent a lot of other people with type 1 diabetes, and we look forward to hearing how well it goes for you in Washington, D.C. Congratulations on being chosen. And Beth, good luck to you. I know as an advocate for it and a mom, it's really key for you.
Yes, thank you so much for having us on today.
My pleasure. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, to watch the full interview with Hannah McCrary, that is, and her mom again, follow me on Twitter at DondiWISTV, or click like on my Facebook page, Dondi Mercer Plank WISTV. You'll find my daily interviews here. Well,